There are many videos already highlighting how sharp this lens is, and more commonly how good it works as a portrait lens, being the equivalent of a full-frame 85mm. But I don't really do photography, and I got this for the sole purpose of capturing details and being a complement to my 16mm Sigma and my Sony kit lens. By sticking with the middle range kit lens, I can add another lens with a higher millimeter, and that's where the Sigma lens comes in. This isn't an in-depth review of all the specs, this is a user's review. I'm on a small budget, and this video is a test if this is a good lens for filmmaking. This video is for you to see if this lens, already known for pictures, are a great addition to your filmmaking. And throughout, I'll see if it'll come in handy in projects. There's something so satisfying about that click. It fits nicely on my Sony CVE-10 and you'll get a good grip on the focus ring. Weight, lens and camera combined is distributed well. To squeeze as much as possible out of this thing, let's take it to a scenic place and really put it to the test. And I have just the right spot in mind. So yeah, I accidentally deleted all the footage from Asunden. But it's fine, it's okay. Because when I was out the other day, I actually stumbled upon this little stream nearby. And this stream is a perfect example of what I haven't been able to capture before. Because I have filmed the rivers before. I did the French River in Ontario and I did Gros Morne in Newfoundland. But I captured it with its surroundings. I want to get closer, I want to get into the water, into the very essence of the energy of the water. So let's see if this lens is up to the test. And we're gonna do this handheld, on a gimbal and on a slider. So let's roll the montage and let the test begin. Moving over to actual projects, I shot a concert recently and I would have loved to have this instead of the Sony kit lens which I used, which is 16 to 50mm f3.5 to 5.6. Not only to get closer, but also to bring in more light in darker scenarios. That actually reminds me, I went to this Q&A event where this lens very much came in handy. Yes, it didn't take me all the way to the artist and the lens not having built-in stabilization turned out a little bit shaky, but hey, a longer lens with stabilization, we're looking at a totally different sum of money, and some shakiness I actually could remove in post. For me, it's also the smaller the better, because something bigger and bulkier, let's say like a 200mm lens, is just too big to fit in my already cramped camera bag, and I know that I would just leave it at home, not bring it with me. Nash Holman is also a proof that this lens is making a difference in my filmmaking projects. My objective with the video was first to portray the island and its location and then one's experience of it. but the details, the encounter with nature, pretty much the essence of it, were all shots that I took with the Sigma 56mm. I wouldn't have known how to convey the flowers without the lens. It's a great counterpart to the 16mm. However, there are some downsides to this lens. I love my little CVE10, but it's notorious for rolling shutters, and they show up more frequently with this than any other of my lenses, understandably, since it's not as apparent on a wide-angle lens, and the kit lens do have built-in stabilization. Of course, you don't need to always move the camera. The lens does an excellent job in static shots, framing and isolating objects in an elegant way. While doing these tests, I figured out that I really enjoy this type of glass that really focuses on your target. I never knew, but I'm glad that I found out because this is my new favorite lens. In conclusion, I'm very happy about this lens, and I'm now 100% sure that it will add something new to my work. In storytelling, you do want something wide for your establishing shots, like the Sigma 16mm or a drone shot. But getting closer to your character, displaying their emotions, you do want something like the Sigma 56mm. I love using this lens on my slider and on my gimbal, but what if you don't have any of those? Is it still worth it? Now this is when it gets tricky. Personally, I would only get it if I also loved shooting portraits, but that's up to you. I made this video as an honest investigation, as I surely had my doubts getting this lens. I was very worried that it would be too specific, being the equivalent of an 85mm full frame lens, that I would never end up using it, that I would just collect dust on a shelf and it would be waste of money, really. But by getting so close to your subjects, it gets more personal, it gets more subjective even. And it's perfect for filmmaking and storytelling. And I love that about this lens. It brings in so much more versatility than I once thought. The fact that it also takes great pictures is just a pure bonus for me. It is my go-to whenever I'm putting ads up. It is illegal for a Swede to compliment himself, but I must say, I think that these images are pretty good. I even started to like taking pictures because of this lens. Since I started this video, I actually sold my Sony kit lens. I felt that I had no need for it. I'm just so happy with the 16mm and the 56. Since I got the 56mm, it's been clocking more hours on my camera than my Sigma 16mm, which is for me a testament of its qualities. Before ending this video, I would like to add a small side note. Since this lens travels this distance, I've been finally experimenting and learning manual focusing, something that I've been procrastinating for so long. So not only does this lens bring something new to my arsenal, I'm learning with it too, which is never a bad thing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video gave you some insights in using the Sigma 56mm. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will do my best to answer. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.